Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something slightly different. So I had the privilege of the guys from Corvus Belli sending me Infinity Code 1's Operation Blackwind and its expansion beyond Operation Blackwind for our gaming club in Reading. Just wanted to have a quick look at what's inside them, see exactly what it is that they've sent me and bits like that. So yeah, Infinity Code 1 is a game I've looked at before. And I've seen it played and I've thought, man, it looks really cool. Looks super awesome, but I've just never jumped into it with some of the other game systems I play. So yeah, when Corvus Belli sent me this, I thought, oh, that's amazing. Yeah, really appreciate it. So we're just going to have a little look at what's inside of them and see the initial thoughts. So let's get the big one out of the way first. So Infinity Code 1, Operation Blackwind. This is the 2-player introductory battle pack. So I've got a very little idea about Infinity other than it just looks really cool. So on the back here, so we've got Code 1, Operation Blackwind. So we can see we've got the two different factions. Again, no idea what factions they are or anything like that. So we can see, I guess this is what probably comes in the box, and then we've got here. So the box contains all the miniatures, rules, and terrains you need for playing Infinity Code 1, Operation Blackwind. Awesome. So it's Hakislam. I guess that's one of those factions, and then Alf. I'm gonna say Alf, maybe Elf. I guess the two factions. So assume that one of them are traditionally maybe good guys and one of them are traditionally bad guys, or something like that. But yeah, no idea at all. We've then got a full colour 44-page Infinity Blackwind A4 booklet containing some bit of background about both the factions, which is really cool. The tutorial missions that we've got in there, alongside some scenery and a load of scenery and stuff like that. So I have taken the scenery out and I've made it all just so I could show that off as well. And then some blast barriers and a paper gaming mat. So yeah, really nice from the outset. Number one, it's not a huge box. It's I don't know, maybe just over a foot long, a couple of inches deep. But the fact that you get a mat, you get some sort of terrain for it, you get all of these, I guess, cardboard templates and markers and things that you need, makes it a really cool, really awesome thing to get into it. So let's just have a quick look at what is inside of it. So we've got a box in here. Oh, so we've got a box in a box. So let's stick that one over there for now. So we've got this big white box here, which we're going to fling open. And we're met with, let's do it this way around. So, Operation Blackwind, introductory booklet. So I guess this is the 44-page, yeah, it looks like the 44-page booklet. So we've got, I won't do a whole flick through, but like a little bit about the factions, Hakislam. I like that we've got some like cool different colour schemes as well and stuff that it shows off there. That's pretty cool. And then the elf, they look a bit more, I mean, some of them look quite robotic, but I guess they're all, I mean, he's got a face. So I'm guessing that they're all in there. And then some cool little colour schemes for them as well. And then a little bit about Operation Blackwind, which is what I guess their box is. And we've got some missions. So I guess you've got some really basic missions, basic rules, things like that. We've got mission 1. I think there are 5. Yeah, mission 2, you get like a nice little deployment area for it. It shows you how to lay everything out. And then you got missions, rules, and then towards the back, I think you get some more complex rules. And then how to expand your collection. Always a really good thing, I think, because especially if you're first coming into a game system like this, it can look a bit daunting and you're like, my goodness, where do I start? Whereas if you know you've got your faction or you've played this and you really like one of the two, it gives you a great idea of how to move on from there. Then you've got your troop profiles. And then A little bit about introduction to the hobby. So this is quite nice. So it tells you how to like prep the miniatures, cut off the stuff, take mold lines out, glue in the body, gluing it all together, and then a really nice little paint scheme for one of the paints. It shows you what paints they're using as well. So all Vallejo model color from the looks of it. But yeah, that's a really nice way to get yourself into the game. And then the same here, how to paint them. And then we've got so I guess this is all the factions and bits like that. So let's see if we can take a bit of a closer look. Is it going to tell me what they're all called? No, so we've just got all the faction symbols, but it is quite nice because it tells you like what else you can get. Obviously, we've got this starter set here has been sent to us, Operation Blackwind, which contains these 2 factions. There's Operation Crimson Stone that contains these 2, and then action packs for these other ones. So yeah, that's really, really nice looking. I did open this at my club, so there are some bits in here that actually didn't come in the box. But I believe... Oh, that as well. So we then get presented with this. So let me take some of these bits out of here. So we've got 6 D20s. So from what I've read, everything in Infinity is played with D20s. And then these are pretty cool faction specific dice. They've got like the symbol for each of the Hadikism and the Elfson, which is pretty nice. So yeah, only 6 of them. So I don't know if that's you might need more, you might not need more. As I say, this is a game I've never played in my life. And then we've got all of the miniatures. So it's been a long time since I worked with any sort of metal, so this is going to be quite interesting. But they're all individually packed. They've all got these little quality control numbers in. So let's have a look. So I think I've just found one of the... what does it say on the bottom? No, it just says Infinity. So it just says Infinity along the bottom there. I thought it might have told you what it was, but that's what we're looking at. So we've got one body with the head, legs, and stuff all attached on. Something I'm going to guess is maybe some sort of backpack. Looks about right. Weapon, which looks a bit like some sort of railgun, or a little sword in a scabbard, and a shield with his other arm on. So doesn't look too crazy in terms of what do we need to actually put together for those people that have never used metal before, or have never, a lot of the stuff I've put together from other game systems I play, like Star Wars Legion and Marvel Crisis Protocol particularly, are all plastic. I think the last metal things I probably put together were for the Lord of the Rings strategy battle game, and that was probably 10 to 12 years ago. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So we won't take every one of the models out, but we'll have a little sample of. So that, I'm guessing that's that's the elf. Someone's going to correct me and tell me that I'm pronouncing it completely wrong, and this is actually how you pronounce it. That looks like one of the same dudes as well. These look like the other faction. So exactly the same almost for this guy, but we've got one entire body, which looks pretty cool. We've got, well, I'm going to guess are his legs, maybe. Their legs, in fact. Yeah, there we go. They'll just sit under there. Once they're all taken apart and we've filed off all the excess and things like that. And then we've got his weapon and spare arm, which I'm going to guess it looks like his hand is on the weapon, so that one will naturally put onto there. So yeah, so that's the model. So in total, I believe it's 12 models that come in the pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, empty one. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, oh, 14. 14. So, yeah, what do I know about Infinity? I know that it's a skirmish level game, and I guess it's comparable to something like maybe a kill team from what I've seen. Like, every weapon has a different sort of profile, and every model is somewhat unique in its own sense. So then the bases are quite interesting because they are, I think they're 28 mil, but they're not your standard bases. They've got these little notches on the edges. I don't know if that can be picked up really well under there. If it hopefully focuses, which give them more of a wider gap. So not sure. Yeah, not sure what that is all about. I'm hoping that's maybe line of sight or the way that someone's facing or something like that. So yeah, that's kind of a models look. And then let's stick the dice back in there. And underneath there, so this is where I've taken some of it apart already. We then got this pack, and I'm going to move this off the table. So this pack was originally shrink wrapped and a lot thicker than what it currently is, but it's the Darpan Xeno Station Scenery Pack. And if you can see it on here, it's in the box, which is really awesome. So you've got the instructions of how to lay everything out, or how to put it all together even. And then in here, we've also got this map. So it's just it's a papery type map, but the fact that it's got some nice details on and some nice diagrams. It's not just like a green grass mat or a natural foresty mat. It does look quite cool. I'm not sure if that can be seen the entire thing of, but yeah, as I said, the fact that you get a mat with it and you know that that's your play area is really good. Will it fit? I mean, I've not got the biggest dining room table, but I think I could quite comfortably fit it on my dining room table with no real drama. And we've then got these templates. So I'm guessing, we've got ruler and we've got a centimetre in inches. I'm assuming on the other side. Yeah, so it's inches on one side and then centimetres on the other side. We've got what looks like some sort of flame template, which I think is 2. So one massive one and then one smaller one on the inside. Load of these S5, S4, S4. Not sure what they mean. Just want to make sure I haven't completely missed them when I've been trying to make terrain or something. I'm sure it will all become clear. I have had a brief flick through that rule guide, so I know things like you have a skill number and you have to roll less than the skill on the D20 to make it work. So yeah, we've then got this. No idea. Smoke thing almost, and then we've got orders, camo. I'm a wounds, lieutenant orders, things like that. Console, supply boxes. And on the flip side, we've just got unconscious, so there's stuff that changes. So we've got mines here. This obviously looks a lot more like it's blown up. Camo, I'm B, lieutenant orders as well. And then on the back of this one of these changes, so we've got camo, unloaded, prone. So I know that if you're prone, you get some benefits and you get some negatives as well. Targeted, disconnect, prone. So yeah, so a couple of different tokens, but the fact that you get them all there is really awesome. And then we move on to the terrain. So I have put this all together so that I could I sat down at a club night and put this all together. So I'm hoping that we might be. Let me get everything out of here. So the first thing that struck me was there is a lot of stuff here. I know that line of sight has a huge impact on things that you can do, actions, activations, stuff like that. But there is a lot more terrain here than I would probably expect in your average 2-player starter set. So that is everything. Hoping that's all going to be on camera, just not on that one. But it is almost on this one. So first thing is we get 2 of these large buildings. So pros about it, it's all pre-painted, it's all relatively light. You know, you're not lugging around a massive box full of terrain, and this stuff you might have seen as I unpacked it, it all nicely kind of packs in to one of, so it doesn't take up a lot of time. So what I really like about this is the fact that it's all decorated. So I personally cannot stand painting terrain. It's the bane of my life. I just want to have my miniatures and play with them. So the fact that I can pick this up and put it all together is really cool. Everything is double-sided, so even the insides are populated there with colour and pattern as well. And that's because you can actually make them, so obviously on this one we've got the stairs coming down this left-hand side here. You could actually flip the entire thing over and have the stairs coming down the right-hand side. I figured that out slightly too late and made them both the exact same thing. So yeah, so really, really cool. I guess my only, you get the whole instructions of how to make it in the scenery pack guide as well. I guess my only thing about it is all push fit, and once you kind of are trying to put on the last wall, so you've got these bits. So this wall here, for example, you've got one toggle here, one toggle here, one toggle here, and then these bits all slide down the sides as well. So they kind of interlock with each other a bit like that, which is great because this feels really sturdy, and I actually don't feel like this is going to break at any point at all. However, it can be a little bit difficult. So this was, I think, was the very last one I put in, once it was an entire box, and it is just not in as well as I'd like it to be, and then does potentially damage a bit of the cardboard terrain. And then it's a bit of a case of, do I really want to go back and either take it apart or try again or potentially make it worse or anything like that. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, there's absolutely no glue on this at all. This is all literally pushed together to assemble, which is really cool. So we've got two, as I said, two of those buildings. Again, the other nice thing is they're different designs on the top. So this one is more of a Darafrom Xeno station, and this one says Bureau Agni, and they're like even like different on the sides as well. So it's not, they haven't given you two of the same box either, or two of the same bits of terrain or anything like that, which is quite nice, and keeps it all looking really cool. So we've then got the two smaller rooms, or the two smaller buildings. Again, both themed in a very similar way to what these first boxes are. Other really cool things about these is that they fit directly on here. So you can go from having a one-story building to having a two-story building. And it's, yeah, it just looks a lot cool. Exactly the same way. I made these both the same way round, but you could make them the other way. So obviously on this one, the stairs are on the right. Now as I'm looking at it, and this one, the stairs are on the left, you could flip that entirely. So the stairs will be on the left and the stairs will be on the right. But yeah, like really cool, nice little mix and matching. And for what I would say are big size buildings for a game, all based around skirmish. So that's the kind of buildings. We then get an absolute load of these barricades. So again, all cardboard, all just pushed to fit. So this one says alert, condition red. Exactly the same there, reversible. So on the inside there is actually the outside of this one. So I've made up one of each, just so it looks a little different. It looks a little bit cool. It adds some flavour to it. So we've got two of them. And then we've got these, like, I think they're described as like billboards or like holographic billboard type things. But yeah, like really cool. Again, it's the fact that it's all just pre-painted, or not even painted, I guess printed maybe. And they're all slightly different ones, so you know nothing ever has to look the same. And these definitely wouldn't look out of place in any other. You know, if you wanted to say make a sci-fi game or anything like that, they wouldn't look out of place in anything like that on some random worlds. And then we've got some smaller barricades, so these are just little checkpoints. But we've got checkpoints. Just want to make sure not Rover Bay, Xeno Farms, housing area, decontamination zone, Xenofarm, stuff like that. So yeah, that is so in total we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 different pieces of terrain, which is just awesome in a starter set, and is exactly what you want from your starter, really, isn't it? You want it to look good. You want it to, you whack this on the table, and no one's going to complain that it's like sprue grey or it's got no detail on or anything like that. It's definitely going to attract people's attention. It drew my attention the first time I saw it. I saw it probably 4 or 5 years ago, Infinity being played at a show that I went to, and I thought, wow, that looks really cool. And yeah, just really appreciate Corvus Belli for sending this through to me. So that is the Xenostation Scenery Pack and Operation Blackwind unboxed. Again, just a huge thank you to the guys at Corvus Belli for sending this through to me. And that is, yeah, that's your starter if you're interested. I think it retails around £100 or so. I think my one of my friendly local game stores is having a sale on something quite similar to what I've been sent here, and it was £120 or £119 in the shop. So yeah, obviously a massive investment, and hopefully something that we can get into some time. Let's just have a really quick look at some of the other stuff. They sent this little Wargaming Club Reading envelope with some free stuff in. So we've got these are like Velcro patches for the 2 factions. We've got some badges for the factions, and we've got some acrylic tokens, which is really nice. Not sure if these are like just acrylic because they look nicer, or if they're something that we're maybe missing from the starter set. But the fact, yeah, we've got some nice little acrylic tokens. I did get some stickers, a little business card, and then it's this really nice handwritten letter. So yeah, just all the best from Bellin and the team over there for getting us as much of this as possible. So we then got 2 other things sent with that. So we got, I think it's 10 copies of these are like the quick start rules. So yeah, the Infinity Code 1 quick start rules. I haven't had a flick through to compare this to what's in the 44-page book you get in the Operation Blackwind battle pack, but I'm sure there'll be something quite similar. What I do like here is that you have got a bit of a introduction to all those factions. So the factions that I looked at on the back, and I was like, oh, I've got absolutely no idea what these are. So yeah, that's really cool. So hopefully we're going to give these out to some of the guys at the club that are interested. I know we've got a couple of people that have already kind of come forward and said, yeah, I'd love to do that. And then we've got Beyond Operation Blackwind, which is the like expansion to expand some more stuff to your units as well. So we've got 6 models in this one. The Sun Dubket, a Shujay, and a Moyib, and then a Myrmidon, a Makai, and Eurydoros. But they just look cool, man. I think that's the bit that draws me the most about them, is it just looks really cool. So we've got another box in the box, and then in here we've got the 6 different models. Again, exactly the same packaging in terms of you know, we've got a quality control sheet in here. These ones definitely feel like they're more meaty than the ones that come in the battle pack, which is, I guess, is quite nice. So yeah, this one instantly. We've gone from 4 parts to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 chunks of metal. But I guess we'll look, you know, it'll just look so much cooler. And the fact that I think one of my friends have talked about is the fact that it's just robots running around, and that part just really interests them. So yeah, that's really cool. And yeah, 6 different models in there. So yeah, I mean, it looks amazing from the outset. So I'm really hoping that we can get some games on the go. For anyone that's local to Reading, we're at the War Games Association of Reading every Wednesday night at the Winnersh Community Centre. I'll drop a link to our Facebook page into the video as well. But how am I going to get this off without dropping it everywhere? That'll do. So yeah. So Operation Blackwind. beyond Operation Blackwind and some stuff. So, yeah, thank you very much to the guys from Corvus Belli. I'm absolutely looking forward to getting this on the table, as I know some of my friends are. I'll probably come back when all the models are assembled with a bit of a detailed look at them. But otherwise, check out my other videos if you're still here. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it. And we'll see you soon.